Let's go ahead and check out this recess. Apollo Justice. That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to. Oh, gets a. It's like Apollo. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some. Get some what? This is a child, Apollo. Apollo, the FBI is coming to get you. You sick, disgusting man. Yeah, exactly. Dong cancer. He's talking about wee-wees. Believe, I know shooting. Machi claims Mr. Latouche was already down on the ground when he entered the room. Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it. Suddenly, I hear revolver. Close, very close. Then I hear voice. You heard gunshots? Yes, it's true, I hear revolver, but only sound. Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Mr. Latouche already dead and then you heard shots? If that's true, so you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots. And you escaped through the air vent. Why are you showing me Trucy when I'm talking? I know. Huh? What do you know? I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage. So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area. Was that what he means? Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo. Huh, yeah. But how do you know it was connected like that? Wait, I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall or something. Wow, Trucy, that's a fucking stretch. Jesus Christ, can you think? I hear this from Magician. Magician? Don't look at me. Magician, huh? Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Machi didn't shoot Mr. Latouche. Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body and then he heard the shots? That one's not gonna go over well in court. Or that one's gonna go over well in court. Not. Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says. Even lies. That's... No, Trucy, that's actually fucking terrible. Oh my God. That's what Daddy always told you. Phoenix, what have you put into this girl? I'll just pretend you misheard him every time. Yeah, no, they really shouldn't. They don't know what they're doing. So what do we do? You're sure you won't testify, Machi? No talking, no. Well, it was worth a shot. That cocoon. I can't go home. Can't go home. Brr. I can't go home to Virginia. I do not want to go home. Yeah. Penalty for taking a cocoon from Virginia is death. I get it. It's punishable by death. Yes, we remember this. Of course, he's scared. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to try a different approach. That's the spirit, Apollo. So what's your plan? Ship him back to Virginia. If Machi won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify. Someone else? I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there. Right. Dad is angry. He can't find his... Oh no! Oh wait, are you guys... Oh, and the Amazon wish list? It's fine. Then he just needs to buy you all that stuff so it'll be off the wish list. Profit. Court is now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant? Yes, Your Honor. We had a good talk. Very well. So will he testify? Your Honor, the defendant will not testify. What? Now hear you and give me the angry look again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Anna's dad, that I put that idea into her head. Man, I'm not winning myself any points with the parents right now. Put nothing in your Amazon wish list? Because I know. And we found out that it costs a lot of money to send stuff to Sweden. But that's okay. Well, do they have any kind of comparable service there, Ellie? Like, is Wish there? I know Wish isn't the best. Or like, what is the other one that I know about? Like, AliExpress? Do they do stuff there? Maybe after hearing Cass about, wow, why? I thought your dad thought it was funny when he saw that from me. Shame, and here I thought this was your big chance to turn the case around. Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor. Would I try? Yeah, well, I curse when I'm not drunk too, I'm sorry. A different angle? If Machi won't testify, then I know who will. I would like to cross-examine the witness in this case. Lamiroir. Again. Look, Lamiroir? What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that Lamiroir's testimony was insubstantial. There's nothing you can... Lamiroir was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries. What happened? She was assaulted, Your Honor. Assaulted? Someone wanted Lamiroir dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself. What? I've heard no such report. AliExpress plus Wish does not equal... Well, AliExpress still has like some stuff on there though, and the prices aren't too bad. Like some people prefer it over Amazon, but that's partially because some people don't want to support Amazon because, you know, the heads of Amazon are absolute trash, but, you know. Which I'm saying while streaming on Twitch, which is owned by Amazon. But whatever. Free speech, y'all. So they're gonna open one, we get to know. Oh, that would be nice. I need to go to IKEA. I actually want to get like a short table. No, Wish is trash. Wish is like just random stuff that usually looks like sex toys. And it shows up on my feed a lot, and I don't know why, and I don't want it there. Turn off cell phone and get lost to see how much your dad. Why would you do that? Don't make your dad. Isn't your dad right next to you, like seeing all the things you're saying? Oh, man. Prosecutor Gavin. Why would anyone be out to kill Lamiroir? Can you think of a reason? Well, think of how she is known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been? You don't think. I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Latouche. The killer was afraid of her, afraid of what she might say. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something that the killer doesn't want getting out. Well, he's not reading? Okay. Well, I'll keep it hush-hush then. What? So, am I to understand this is what you're saying? Namely, that there is a nugget of truth in Lamiroir's testimony. Your dad definitely doesn't need to know about that one, if that is true. It's only, what? You get a lot of cute clothes and CJ. I get some weird stuff, and stuff that looks like butt things, but aren't. But they look like they could be. It's not my fault the pictures are misleading. Wish is just stuff from AliExpress. Wait, really? I don't know. Tried to kill her? Thonking intensifies. A nugget we have yet to uncover. Nuggets! Exactly. If Lamiroir was attacked, this has serious implications. Very well. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. The court will hear Lamiroir's testimony once more. Oh, you got it as a joke. Okay, I was like, Anna, I could not see you buying that kind of thing for yourself, like, ever. It's buried in your closet. That's where it should stay. Yeah, okay. You need to get one of those one. You know what? I actually, there was this one time I went to a sex shop when I was in San Antonio, because they're usually like off. They're kind of like outside the city, like around the city limits, because you know they don't want those shops like really deep in the center of the city. I don't know, because of image or something like that. But I swear to God, I wish I still had a picture of it. I might still have a picture of it somewhere, actually. I was in a sex shop, and they were literally selling, these were side by side, no joke. They were selling a dildo that was about this long. Sorry, you can't really see. It was about like a good 2.5 to 3 foot long, and it had a hilt on it, like a sword. And right next to that dildo, they were selling little toy like plastic shields that you strap on your arm. Not even fucking joking. I really wish I had that picture to show you guys. Oh, they also had creepy things that were like 3/4 of a human body. That were like $1,000, and I was like, dang, you could easily just probably like find a cool person to hang out with and for way less than that and be less creepy. Did I go into the donkey 18 plus section? I did. Me and my brother did. There's a lot of stuff over there, like the tiny bullet like vibrators and things, and and the clothing. The real question though is, actually no, I'll save that for our DMs, Ellie. Who will spend all the money? Okay, Anna, like I told you, there are many different people in this world that will spend money on many different things and create lots of things that you may not be into or care about or think shouldn't exist, but they do exist. I mean, it's just like the whole sex robots thing. There are people who probably actually own those. Playing lawyer game while talking about sex toys? Well, it would have worked a lot better during the first few games because we already know that Edgeworth and Phoenix Wright they wanted to do things to each other. They probably still do. Maybe that's how Trucy was born. No, Trucy wasn't a love baby. Actually, that sounds absolutely terrible. I don't know anything about her mom or much about her dad. But anyway, back to the game. Lamiroir, I must apologize. We must ask you to stand again and speak. You need not apologize. I know that Machi is innocent, and I will do all that I can until the court realizes this. Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window, and that the voice belonged to Darian Crescend, yes? That is correct. At which point I proved she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. The small window at the scene was closed and was found to be quite soundproof. You have nothing to say to that, Mr. Justice? I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know there's something there. There's, it seems, much you do not know. And yet it is my duty to hear him out. Perhaps the witness would be so kind as to testify once more to the court. Of course, Your Honor. Amazon, are you sure? I don't know, I figured Ellie would know if it was available there. Unless it's just like super limited or not like official. Can you contact someone at Amazon to make them? Well, I wish I would like that because I would send Ellie a lot of things that she would be like, you shouldn't have done this. I'd be like, well, whatever. And it wouldn't be weird things. It's just things like long socks and lingerie and stuff. Normal stuff you get for people. Well, oh, no. If there was Amazon services in Sweden, like delivery services and all that. Anyway, you can forget that other stuff you probably heard when you came back online. What I heard. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. That's when I heard them, Mr. Latouche and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was the smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. Pretty much the same as yesterday's testimony. I am sorry. I am not used to speaking much in this language. If she smelled gunpowder, there's no way that the window could have been completely closed. If it was and like no air was getting out of there, how could she have smelled gunpowder? Unless it happened outside? Oh gosh, now this is hurting my brain. You've done it before, you had to put in a fake US address. Oh, just to make your account, okay. But they still charge you like a bunch of money for shipping, right? I can try, Anna. I only have so much power. I am but one man, and Amazon is a corporate giant. Amazon, people in Sweden want your shit. Make it happen. Thanks. This has been Chaos Hand. Please like and subscribe. Duct tape it. Hey, what's going on, Cecil? Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I have said here is the truth. It wasn't too bad. Well, maybe smaller stuff like that, since they can actually send it and like, I mean, to be fair, the wire, it was only like 100 feet or 100 meters or whatever, 50 meters. It was a lot of wire. Maybe that just cost more because it needed bigger packaging and because it weighed more. Flex tape, wow. Then it is my distinct displeasure to say this. What you have said to have happened is impossible. Do I have to repeat myself? Lamiroir was attacked because of this testimony. What, Trucy? Apollo, you know, for a moment there, you were pretty cool. Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead. Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness. What? Oh, I was like, that's way too much to read right now, Zunder. What I heard. A faint sound. Hold it! There were 2 gunshots. Yes, I heard 2, one after the other. That fits with the bullet holes at the scene. Nothing really new here to pick up. Oh. Oh. Hold it! Shit, hold it. Good wage and Amazon doesn't want to do. Oh, okay, got it. Okay, got that. Thank you. I don't really like. I can understand it, but that's way too. Just say that Amazon is a shit company that won't pay people right, and I'm like, thanks. But they probably don't want to say that specifically like that because they don't want to be called out for calling Amazon a shitty company. Anyway. Why didn't you tell someone immediately? Well, if it were me, I would have gone to the police right away. It's our duty as citizens. This may be beside the point, but Lamiroir isn't a citizen. Though one would hope such common sense prevails in Virginia as well. Lamiroir seems awfully quiet all of a sudden. That's strange. Could she be hiding something? It is as you say, yet at the time... Hold it! Why were you in a hurry? That cleans makes more than you... That you work in an office in Sweden? I mean, probably, I think they have a pretty strict... Well, I'm guessing they have a pretty strict, like, minimum wage in other areas. The US is weird because minimum wage is all over the place depending on where you live, but also, there's the difference between, like, the Mexican economy and other economies, where I've told you about the costs of things here, and you've already said that that's, like, horrendously expensive. Like when I told you that the truck I was looking at yesterday when we were talking about trucks was $80,000, which is stupid. You're a very good cleaner. How much did you... I don't remember, like... You told me a long time ago, and I just remember being mad because I feel like it was somewhere in the ballpark of like only a couple $100 a month or something like that. Well, it was probably a little more than that, but it seemed super low considering how much you work. USA, start your own clean company. Bam, rich. You were in a hurry. To go where? I was on my way to the backstage exit, as I have said. Why were you in such a hurry then? But, well, I don't think that has anything to do with this case. It very well might. Please answer the question. Are you all right, Lamiroir? Yes, I'm just tired. Yeah, that's what you were telling me, which is like, okay, let me tell you, the poverty line, I believe, in America is like 16,000 a year. You would basically be like a third of the poverty line, I think, something like that. Average wages is, and minus that with 32. Oh yeah, because of taxes and stuff. Yes, I am just tired. Like, to put it into perspective, Anna, like, even doing what I do as Uber, I generally make between $2,000 and $3,000 a month. Sometimes a little bit more if I work extra, which I'm probably gonna do so I can pay off my debts faster. But yeah, that's about my average. And that's what I try to keep at. Well, I mean, I won't have to worry about at least paying a bunch on car insurance, but I still want to save up money for travel and things. Recall what I told you yesterday, Air Forehead. Lamiroir suffers from serious amnesia. Please refrain from traumatizing her further. Ugh. What, so you can just dismiss her questions? Could dismiss questions you think are too traumatizing? Why don't you prove her reason had a connection to the case before asking about it, yeah? The prosecution's objection is sustained. The current question is moot. Mr. Justice, please continue with your cross-examination. Lamiroir was attacked because of this testimony. So I know she was, so something has got to be hidden here. And there's some detail we're missing. Guess we'll just have to get her to fill in the blanks. Right, I mean, I did cross-examine, like, the first couple of statements, so. Hold it! Yeah. Darian Crescend? I did not know his name at the time, but yes, it was him, the one who took the stand yesterday. How many times do I need to remind you that's impossible? There's no way you could have heard him. Because the window at the scene was closed? Is that why? Of course. Apollo, if we keep asking the same questions as yesterday, we won't get anywhere. She's right. Maybe there's a different angle I can try. What are they talking about? It's 20% the lowest rate in the council tax, which is area dependent. Yeah, actually, I think if you make under $20,000 a year in the U.S., you don't even have to. I don't know if you even have to file taxes. Well, maybe you do. I just remember, like, there's a certain point where they're just like, you didn't make enough money for us to, like, take money from you, but really high salary and then you pay more? Okay. Lamiroir, do you by any chance remember what they were saying to each other? If so, please tell us. I have given it much reflection, but I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember. I only heard one phrase clearly. A whole phrase? You remember something that was said? Why didn't you say anything yesterday? Though my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said. This could be it, the clue we've been waiting for. Well, what did he say? It was the other man speaking, not Latus. The shooter, then. Darian Crescend. Well, what did he say? It's over. Press the switch, now. Switch? And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Latouche? I thought it quite strange myself afterward. It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Dun, dun. Yeah, we stand a personal allowance at like 12. Yeah, maybe it's about that low for well, I guess 16,000 or so would be about right for us then, since the pound is stronger. Not that we're basing our economy off of you, but just like average cost of living across like nations and such. Oh, it's under 7,200? That's stupid. Ugh. Yeah. Mr. Justice, care to shed some light on this? I mean, sure, I'd be delighted. It's a very, very vital. Maybe we could add it to the testimony. Maybe, Apollo? I mean, to put it into perspective, my yearly rent is like about $5,000, which really isn't that much. But if the minimum for taxation is that much, it'd be stupid. Because I'd be like, oh yeah, I can't afford to live. I mean, like I said before, if I could live somewhere else by myself, I totally would, but it's cheaper for me to be here right now. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm just like trying to present. Wait, is that an objection? Oh, objection! Objection! Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words. Oh? Yet there was nothing at the scene that could be called a switch, save the lights. True, there wasn't a switch at the scene. Issues calculated per week. I mean, that seems about right. Because do you guys live in a 1 or 2 bedroom place, Zunder? Is it just the flat, like the living room and then your bedroom and the kitchen? Because it doesn't seem like it's very big, and I know you and RC share a room. It's 1 bedroom, okay. But it just so happens I have a switch right here. Yeah. Oh, where is my switch? Oh, it's on my bed. I forgot I was playing it before I went to sleep last night. I was like, where is my switch? Like the gaming system, sorry. That certainly does look like a switch, doesn't it? The problem is, this was found not at the scene of the crime, but on the stage. The stage? Where the concert was held, yes. This was found hidden there. On the stage. Are you claiming that the voice Lamiroir heard was of someone commanding another to press this switch? It's a possibility. No, well, I don't know. Okay, let me tell you, I had my last relationship, I never shared the room with my girlfriend, which at first I was like, oh, well, I don't know, maybe it's just a space thing and she'll get over it. No, it never changed. She always just wanted her own room. And she wouldn't move in with me if it was a single bedroom place. So, yeah, I should have probably figured that might have been like, I mean, I thought it was just a personal space thing. I didn't want to force her to live in the same room as me. But I should have probably figured that out before like 4.5 years, but whatever. Yeah, no. I was just like, man. Yeah. There's a lot of things that I should have figured out sooner, but when you're in a relationship with someone for a while, you start to like lose track of some things because you're like, well, this is just normal, I guess. Yeah. I'd call that an impossibility. Why? It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court of the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lamiroir's dressing room. Not to mention that the Gaviners were in the middle of a concert on said stage. We aren't known for being a quiet band. You could shout all you wanted and not be heard. The detective's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout. So too have air foreheads' cries of possibility fallen far short of being heard. Yeah, of no bed. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously there were times when we like slept together and all that, but intimacy was very few and far between, which made me very self-conscious after a time. Also, there was just a lot going on, and she would get insanely jealous of people who I had a lot of people's phone numbers because I worked for Walmart, which is a large company, and I needed these numbers. And I had some other people's numbers, but it was literally just like as a point of contact. But after a while, I wasn't even like hanging out with friends anymore because she wouldn't come with me. And she'd get like annoyed, and I'm just like, okay, well, I don't know what else to do. Okay, cool. But yeah, and I mean, we didn't break up on like bad terms, but it was definitely like, this is not good for either of us. So, like, I don't hate her or anything. It's just after looking at it, I'm like, yeah, that was not good. It just wasn't good. Sorry, but he wouldn't have needed to shout. Excuse me? You heard what I said, or do you need me to shout it out for you? Wow, good way to turn it around on him, Apollo. It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from that dressing room. Oh, wait, you like evidence, don't you? How about this? Using this, it would be easy to get a message to someone on stage from the dressing room. Bum-ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Take that. Take that. Take that. Yeah! Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this. But why, that's, what is it? Is that some kind of newfangled phone they invented while I wasn't looking? Test it for Darian Crescen's earwax, please. Yeah, you had to keep RC away from your coworkers' numbers? Oh no! Well, you said that she's calmed down a lot since then, right, Zunder? Yeah, no, it was kind of bullshit, but I mean, things are better now. I don't have anybody to weigh me down. Where's RC and Y? She's probably on the phone. RC's on the phone a lot. She has friends outside of us. Yeah. Is that some kind of Yeah, okay, I saw that. I said that already. This is a type of transmitter, a communications device. Communications device? From what I've heard that night, everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Oh, she thought it was hot. Wow. Ah, yes, actually, they're for talking between band members. We all had one. So you admit that if you were wearing one of these, talking from the backstage to the stage would be simple. True, but wait, those send out an electronic signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, their range is quite limited. Lamiroir said it was about 30 feet, right? Look at this cross-section diagram of the concert forum. Exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far, but the direct distance is less than 30 feet. That can't be. So when Lamiroir heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage. Liverpool, you never walk alone. Say that, and you're safe? Oh. You're claiming this is the switch in question. Why did it have to be on the stage at the time? It could have been placed in a pocket and carried anywhere. Someone could have hid it on the stage after the fact. Hey, he's got a point. How do we know where it was when she heard the voice? When the shooter said press the switch? Well, I guess we don't. An unfortunate situation. I'm afraid that until we know where the switch was, there's little point in debating it. Ugh. I was sure this was the way to go with this. What is this switch anyway? We don't even know that basic fact. Yes we do. Wait a second. I do know what this switch is. And if you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes this case. What's up, Apollo? Apollo? We know about this switch, right? We know what it is. Yeah? Well, think of when it was used that day. Think of what happened. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further information to share concerning this switch, Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Justice? I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what the switch is. Well, it seems the defense is set upon linking the switch to the case. That rhyme? Yeah. Yeah, it did rhyme. But you have to be careful, Anna. Even if they have accents that you think are nice, not everybody with that accent is nice. Not everybody is nice. As we have seen firsthand many times. What evidence do you have to explain what the switch is? It's fucking this, you dumb hoe. Take that. Take that. Oh, that works. Okay, Anna, I hate to break it to you, but Europeans can be pretty shitty people too. You know, they also have taken over nations and subjugated people and done some horrible bullshit. You can't make this argument. Movies like to portray villains that English people doesn't mean. No, I'm not saying you guys are all evil, but there are definitely shitty people out there and shitty things they have done, just like America. We just keep doing those shitty things, even in the current day. Yeah, I know you're European. It's okay. You're up in the Swedish part. That's different. You guys just make like... Wait, no, Swiss are the ones that make chocolate. What do you guys make again? I seem to remember talking to you about this because it was for like a project in one of your classes. Yeah. Wait, what do you mean literally everything what? Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this? That's that. That what? Is it another one of those newfangled phones? This is an igniter. What phone looks like this? Everything looks like a phone to the judge. Igniter, you mean it's like a lighter? Yes, actually, you're right for once. You make furniture? Yeah, well, I mean, I thought there was some other cultural thing there too. Because I seem to remember it was like a cultural study on the paper. You aren't saying this switch is a remote? I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter. What? Look, I'll show you. Mr. Justice, you will cease and desist from burning down this courtroom. Sorry, that was a bit more fire than I'd expected. If my whiskers had caught on fire... Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. Chocolate beard, IKEA, Tesco, vampires, Aldi. Oh yeah, I need to go to Aldi. There's one near me. Yeah, and cool beaches. I mean, that's good stuff. You guys have really good food and culture down there, Anna. Every place has good and bad things about it. It's just that the US has mostly bad. Guess that's what happens when you get born in America. He probably looks terrifying. This switch is a remote igniter trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you? You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you? Ah, exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flame. In your guitar. When your guitar caught fire in the middle of your performance. Oh, wasn't that a part of the stage show, though? So the part of having your shopping launched at you, mock through where you frantically try to pack your bags? I mean, I guess. Snooze fest just means it's boring. Yeah. Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware such a thing had been planned, and the guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake. That's right, he got it in Virginia from Lamiroir. He said the sound was amazing, before it burned, of course. Now it just kind of smokes. The better the guitar, the brighter it burns. Air forehead. Yes? Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two things together. Those being the shooter's voice, heard by Lamiroir, and the guitar suddenly catching on fire? I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Yeah, it's a slang word. It depends on how much the teacher hates being called boring. But I would not suggest it, because most teachers get really mad if you suggest that they suck at teaching, even if they do. Yeah, don't say it to your teacher. Say it to your classmates, and then laugh about it. But don't say it directly to your teacher. Mr. Latouche and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed, and the guitar caught fire. Well, that does seem to make sense, though something about it is bugging me. Can't quite put my finger on it. You mean the fact that it was during Lamiroir's performance? Really, it seems pretty simple to me. Air Forehead, don't destroy what little respect I have for you. I was expecting something a little more sensible. What? It's not me! That's on okay, that was Sanchez. I don't know why you keep blaming me specifically. Sanchez had a huge part in that, and you never asked me if it was okay to say that. Yeah. He likes to do that a lot. Guess I was wrong. What's this about, Prosecutor Gavin? His simple story simply makes no sense. Think, that night my guitar caught fire. Yes. The cause may have been this, indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set. Ah, that's right, of course. The guitar caught fire during Lamiroir's song. Yeah, but while she was not there. Indeed, yet the shooting happened during the third set. The two are utterly unrelated. Yes, that must have been what was bugging me. He does look like a King of Fighters character, this is true. Oh, Sweden does well? Interesting. The whole premise for this is faulty. See, his story makes no sense. Are you sure about that? What exactly do you mean, Mr. Justice? Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise for the entire case so far. What premise is that? Is this specifically? I'm glad you asked. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act. What's this? But Detective Emma Skye heard shots and found the body. All this happened in the third act. Gunshots rang out, and according to his testimony, Machi was in that dressing room at the time. Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice? Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony. In my thingy, I shoved it in my Odyssey, the thingy. It's fine. Namely, that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting. This is insane! Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on his headset, telling someone to press the switch. The next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar bursts into flame. We know that a remote-triggered igniter was inside the guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad performance, the second act. Ooh, what? Yeah. Order. But that goes against the evidence. What does, Your Honor? The crime was carried out according to the lyrics of that song, yes? Hey, he's right, look. The bullet is supposed to come after the fire. You're thinking about it the wrong way. Look, why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through, with little merit for the person doing it. Well, I'm sure that whoever it was had some reason. Yes, they did. a reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics. You're saying the order was reversed on purpose. Reverse, Prosecutor Gavin? If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes, the shooting would have had to come after the guitar burst into flame. Yet Air Forehead has raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire. Couldn't have put it better myself. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flame. That was the criminal's objective. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was the ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? That was the final touch to make us think he'd followed the lyrics the whole way. Error for men and truth. Oh, like, or probably from like, yeah. You know what? We learned how to say that. It's Fräulein. I learned it from Google. So just fruit? Fruit? Yep, although they don't, yeah, because apparently it's bad. Yeah, because it's considered offensive. And sexist. And I'm like, I don't know, it's just a word, but I'm also American. Well, US American. Order, order, order. That would explain the most unusual situation. It does. The killer changed the order of the events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not for the second. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly, it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. You don't use an, oh, I gotcha. Oh, it sounds good, I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song. But I question your logic, for it's flawed from the very beginning. Flawed? Yes, a contradiction, Air Forehead, one I pointed out several times, no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How could Lamiroir have heard a voice through it? Oh. I know you would like to divert our attention from this critical fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise. Right. Lamiroir's testimony is my entire case. That voice she heard, the shooter's voice. What if she couldn't hear it, Apollo? Look, what do we have? A man saying press the switch. And near the crime scene, we have a switch, which acts as a remote trigger for an igniter. And last but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar. It says master? Oh, weird. You hear? No, they're not worth that much at all. Anna, they're worth not even $1. Supposedly, they're going to get much higher, but it's hard to tell because it's literally just a fucking meme. It can't all be coincidence, but how do I make it work? I see a more direct line of questioning is required. When the crime scene was investigated immediately after the crime, that window was closed. Care to tell us how Lamiroir heard the voice? A key point to be sure. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court? Okay, Justice, you got one thing to prove, and one thing only. Lamiroir heard a voice. And she heard it during the second set. Yeah, our bank cards just have our names too. Like, well, you can't see it on my bank card. The backside just has my name. It doesn't have like a senior or Mr. or anything like that. And I'm not showing you the back of my credit card because it has literally all the information on there. Window's open. She has divine hearing. She was somewhere else. Oh, she was. Oh! That's the trick! Just a second, guys. You'll understand why I just yelled. When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it, had it been open either. Meaning, it was impossible to hear the voice through that window. It's good to hear you making sense again. For a moment, I was afraid you might be a Borginian too. Wow, that sounds really racist, Clavier. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. As I was saying, Lamiroir could not hear the voice through that window. So there can only be one explanation. She heard the voice from another location entirely, and the reason why she didn't say she was hearing it from a different location is because she was sworn to secrecy, because this has to do with the magic trick in the show. What's this? You do amuse me so. And here I thought you and good sense were back on speaking terms. Now I'm afraid you and good sense speak two entirely different languages. Shall I interpret for you, Air Forehead? Lamiroir clearly stated she heard the voice through that small window. And there was only one small window at the scene. Are you sure? Yeah, Clavier. Piece of shit, are you sure? Sorry, I shouldn't call him that, but he's kind of being a dick right now. Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene? There is? Ah, I know that look. He wants us to ask him. Very well, you claim Lamiroir heard the voice from another location. Mr. Justice, show us where this location was. Lamiroir heard the voice from here. Bum, bum. Does this look like a small window to you, Mr. Justice? The state of modern society can be read from numerous objects and artifacts. In a sense, anything can be a window on our society. Oh, I didn't know. What? That? Really? No points for trying. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong thing. Sorry, everyone. I apparently don't know how to... I thought I had to do it, because that's a vent. It's dumb that they even let you fucking... Okay. This vent. Wait, can I even present that? I'm gonna... Wait. I'm gonna assume that this is right. Take that! Okay. It's just weird because it won't let you actually... Because the dumb thing's in the way. This is where Lamiroir heard the voice from. But that's no small window. That's the air vent. What did she tell us? She said she's a Borginian, unfamiliar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine she called this air vent a small window. Now you've done it. You've gone beyond ridiculous and into ludicrous. Yeah, then why the fuck are you sweating, you dumb bastard? So Lamiroir was up in the ventilation system listening to this man's voice? It's the only logical explanation, yes. Logical? I do not think this word means what you think it means, Air Forehead. Nice princess. Nice, fucking Princess Bride reference. Sorry, my brain. Okay, what about it isn't logical? Ha, it only merits saying. Why would Lamiroir be in the ventilation system? Hiding like a rat. No offense intended to her, of course. The explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin. Isn't it, Lamiroir? Oh yeah, I've been here the whole time. You have been listening to our discussion here, yes? Yes, I admit. Sorry, I burped right before that yes, so that sounded weird. It had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed. But why should that mean I could not hear through it? I feared our prosecutor might himself need an interpreter. Get fucked! Yeah, that's right. Dumb bastard. The problem here is words. Lamiroir, this small window through which you heard the voice, was it up high on the ceiling of the room? Not low on a wall? Yeah, exactly. Like, I have to listen to this bullshit. Yes, it was up on the ceiling. What? Yeah. Take that. Order, order. I will have order. Witness, you will clarify the statement to the court. Are you in fact saying that you were up above the ceiling of the room? And that's where you heard the moment of the crime? Yes, in fact, I was. I am sorry. I never imagined it would become such an important point. Yes, well, why the heck were you up there? I believe it's time for another testimony. I'm not sure I can't. May I remind you this is a murder trial. We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of that room. Please. Well, looks like I'm on the right track. Come on, man. Even I figured it out. Magic trick. Magic fucking trick. Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I had heard there was a small window there before. I was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on this matter. Bound to secrecy? In my line of work, one has many obligations to uphold. But you say you were in the middle of your performance. So this did happen during the second set. I did not witness the crime, you must understand. I only know what I heard. Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing in detail. That's what the cross-examination is for, yeah? Air forehead? Our mission in this court is to discern the truth. No obligation, no binding pact may hinder that mission. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. What are you gonna do, Apollo? I'm going to find out the truth. She was up above that ceiling for a reason. I just have to get it out of her. Well, it is to find the truth, but he could be less of a fucking piece of shit about it. That's what I hate. Like, goddamn. I mean, I know Edgeworth made fun of our intelligence, but we did bring up some really stupid points. But like every turn of this, Clavio's just like, oh, wow, that's fucking dumb. Oh God, that's dumb. And I'm like, just shut up and let me prove like my point, you dumb bitch. Yeah, you're above the ceiling. I heard there was a small window. As to why, you cannot say. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And anyway, Edgeworth wasn't physically abusive. Everybody knows he was a gentle lover to Phoenix Wright. You heard the gunshots during the second set during your performance. You're quite sure? Yes. Why would I lie about the time? Why didn't you tell us this yesterday? No one asked me. I always hate when they say that. No one asked. But it would help get the guy not guilty. I thought you all knew. Ugh. I told you Machi was not the killer. I told you this many times. Yes, you did, but you never told us why. I am sorry. I was not able to speak of it. Unable or unwilling? She's not talking, Apollo. What do we do? Just have to prove it ourselves. Oh, hi, Mel. How are you doing? We were just talking about how much Edgeworth and Phoenix Wright love each other, and they make beautiful, beautiful love to each other every night after a hard case. Anyway, hi, welcome back. Yeah, no, it's good. Abusive guys are bad. As long as she's bound by this pact of silence, she won't talk. But if I can prove why she was up there, she'll have to admit it. But how are you gonna do that? She was singing on the stage, Apollo. She couldn't have been up above the ceiling, too. Ha, yes she could. I've got a theory as to why, too. And maybe I even got the evidence to prove it. Okay, but we're gonna end this recording for now, and then this should be the final episode for this chapter.